bit here, and then you can understand where I'm coming from, my values and everything. And I know, Brad, you've heard this before, but starting at the beginning, my mom gave birth to me in 1952, and Mom is really special. She taught me to read and write and do basic math before I started school. So it gave me a love of learning. Went to Pond Gap School from 58 to 66 when I was 8th grade. Had a wonderful time there, then went to West High School from 66 to 70. And the football team once we were good at chess and ice hockey, and a little bit baseball team wasn't too bad. Went to UT and got a Bachelor of Science degree in statistics. And before I finished up, I started working part-time for a lumber broker in town. Did the traffic work, learned to deal with railroads and truck lines, even steamship lines. Got a real good feel for the economy, what it took to run a business. This was the days we paid 4% prime rate for borrowing money. And you might remember back then the prime got up to about 22% at one time. So we have to put money in a money market fund to try to break even on it. Started math tutoring because one day I helped one of the salesmen with some arithmetic work, and I was taught a real simple way to make conversions where you could not make a mistake. Well, one thing led to another, started helping some of their children. And as the company closed up, I had really a week full of students to go see. And one thing led to another. Went to Liberty University, got a master's in religious studies, studied all about the Bible, hermeneutics, apologetics, and that's not apologizing for the Christian faith, that's defending it. And just tremendous. Then got my doctor's degree in Christian education from Christian Bible College of Rocky Mount. The thesis was, get this, what do you think the number one cause of math anxiety is? And this was based on 2,500 students I worked with. It had nothing to do with numbers. It was the fear in math class of asking questions. The kids were just terrified of asking a question. They were so just frustrated on working a problem, they really didn't know where to start. So I worked with them and overcome that fear and anxiety. And you know, this really paid off because on city council, you cannot answer questions, ask questions. I know because Mayor O'Hara told me that last year. We don't answer questions. So what I want to do to work with the young people, I like, when elected, if I'm honored to get your vote, have a high school government class or civics class, once a month go to a council meeting. And I make sure they have the agenda a week ahead of time so they can come to the meeting and be able to ask everybody on council questions and demand to get answers. You're going to keep the young people in Knoxville because you're going to have them feel like they're a part of it. When we look at things like affordable housing, you're addressing the symptoms, not the cause. We need better paying jobs. And I'll tell you about government affordable housing. There are units in this town now that people have their tenants association taken away from them. And they're scared to say anything about it because they'll be evicted. When you take money from the government, there are strings attached. What we need to do, like we're doing in Pond Gap with Mr. Barnes, he has 3 affordable houses now that he's built. They fit in the neighborhood. They're not going to cause any problem like these 2 monster buildings are going to build apartments with a pond, 140 units. And we fought like the Dickens, got nowhere with city council. And I wish Mr. Stair was here because I'm asking why he voted against Pond Gap. They need to hold their feet to the fire and everything. So maybe if I get elected, and if he happens to be mayor, he's going to be in for something. But I saw a car the other day that had my bumper sticker on it with a Stair for mayor. Maybe this is something in the future to look for. But this great time, 40 years math tutoring. I got to see all around the city and the county how neighborhoods are building up and everything, and just a tremendous experience. Like I said, I'm a very Goldwater conservative, helped my dad campaign in '64. Less government is best. Government needs to get out of a number of areas. We don't be spending artwork money. Let the private enterprise do that. We don't need to be in the housing business. This $3-4 million trust fund the city's got, we could put that to work a lot of other areas. The city is not doing anything about traffic calming. About $200,000 in this latest budget. Children in danger and older people are in danger on our streets and everything, our front yards and everything. We got to do something about this traffic situation. And when the city engineers tell you, Mr. Williams, we can't do anything about traffic on your street, you have too many cars. That illogic stuff has to end. So anyway, I'm going to conclude a couple of things. I'll answer your questions. I'm trying to build what is called a Man Street Civil Rights Project in my community. On my mail that's coming out, I've got a lot of response on this because I said, what is this? Well, over here on Sullivan, across from Dead End Barbecue, in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, some amateur baseball games were played in that field. the black and white people in the neighborhood came together. You would see a family share a picnic lunch on a Sunday afternoon watching the baseball game. Some teams were all white, some all black, some mixed. Had a left-handed third baseman. This brought the community together. And all around the city, we can do this same thing, bringing the people together. This is not just a slogan, but this is actual life. Jack Neely complimented us in an editorial not too long ago. He said, I didn't know anything about the baseball games, but I knew about the racial harmony. Otis Redding, if you're old as me, you know who that was, in 1960 performed at the Armory in front of a mixed audience. I remember my uncle going to that for in the Marine Corps. So this is the thing, we're all God's children. Everything city council does affects your life or someone's life, and we need to remember that. I've got some nice t-shirts over there. You might salami. And I'm a hard-working man. I've worn a hole in my shoe going door to door. I'd be most happy to answer any questions, whatever any kind. Yes, sir.
Stuart, sit down, Randy. Stuart's got a question. Sit down, Randy. Stuart, sit down, Randy.
Go with us.
Stuart, you're up. Go ahead, Stuart. He's gone on too long tonight. Go ahead, Stuart.
David, you've been the numbers man. I've got a question because I've heard it twice from the other people that have already left. How great things have been in Knoxville in the last 10 years. Can you tell me how many, or what percentage that our government employees of the city of Knoxville has increased in the last 10 years? And also the question was asked by KUB. Can you tell me how many people that KUB has hired in the last 10 years? Now, and I'll take you to any parties, any crystal, and I'll show you 10 or 15 trucks sitting there on the government dime that ain't doing a darn thing. Or we go to a work site, you got one man standing there with a shovel and 5 of them standing there bossing. Now, what can you do about that?
Number one, my treasurer works for the city.
Huh?
My treasurer, Harry Boss, works for the city. He's been about 30
And
years.
his job still,
Heavy equipment
can he
operator.
justify his job?
He has to go in many nights and put in overtime to work. I always kid him. I said, why don't you get the mayor to do that herself? So there's a reason why he has to go and do overtime. Is the job not getting done during the day? So that's always bumming. He has to put in a lot of time. He's got a family, he's got a son in school and everything. The younger daughter's graduated from high school. But he has to take time away from his family for overtime. That concerns me. And KUB, do you remember when Chili Dean ran KUB?
No.
I'm trying to remember the quote. Somebody asked him why you had 6 people on the ground looking up at the one guy on the pole. I'm trying my best to find what he exactly said. It was the most original statement I've ever heard. And I'm trying to say what he said. Well, I've got a problem with KUB about, like you said, you see these people not working. There's a minimum fee for water usage. You have to have some little charge in there, but if you're paying $20 and $30 for water you're not using, you know, I'm the old school. If I pay for something, I want to get it. I don't want to pay for something I don't get. But I'll tell you one thing, that there needs to be emphasis on the KUB board. That was brought up earlier tonight. Actually going to that. I want to make that part of my job to attend the KUB board meetings, because there's a lot of information I need to find out. Taking care of my parents' house and my great-granddad's house, I'm definitely interested in that. I'll tell you this, the workers I've seen to come out and do that are really good. But when they come out and do work at my house and my great-granddad's, it's one man in one truck. Like you said, I sympathize with you see these other places where you see 4 or 5 trucks and you wonder what's going on.
Well, either one of those two entities, if that was a private sector, I guarantee you half of the people will be gone. Because half of them are not doing anything. My opinion.
Anybody else besides Randy? Anybody else got a question?
I just want to say
Wanda, go ahead.
to him,
Ginger, I know you got one for me.
the firemen, policemen do their job, I tell them, they work hard
And
and.
those numbers have gone down.
and-
Right.
And, so.
I will say
just
this.
wanted- I don't know about the others, but that, I do know about them.
Ginger, do you have one?
David, do you consider yourself a pro-life candidate?
Amen.
All right. Thank you, Dick. Oh, Mia, go ahead.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're always teaching me about education, and you're always asking me if I'm giving my kids, the students, as homework, which I can't do things homework unless the teacher gives them homework. But I've noticed in our food system that you have a lot of students that are from foreign lands that attend, and some of them do not speak our language or a language similar to them. Like, for instance, there's some, they may speak a little Spanish, but they're not from, they're from Mexico, they may be somewhere else. And the issue is, because of that, as you know, schools' test scores are low. But they're not factoring into that. So I wondered, what would you try to get the school board to do about this problem? I mean, there's some places have what's called language live, and that helps the students. So what would you try to do about
Glad you
that?
asked that. Growing up, before the Kaz Walker Farm and Home Hour, it was a 5-minute program that taught people to read. These kids today, whatever they are sharp as a tack. Have a 5-minute program on television, let them watch it, they pick up English in no time. But you